guess so. Okay. Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the infinite eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. All right, so this is Gifts Unlocked for To the Inner Wild, Season 1, Episode 7, Some Things Hidden. I'm going to leave that open to see how that's answered. My choice of lipstick is not within reach, so I'm just using this. So I had this turtleneck for a long time, but I didn't like how stuffy it was. And so I cut off the sleeves. As you can tell, there's a raw edging to it. And I thought for a long time I was going to get back to it and have a do-over on the hem. I just, it's been like that for years, so I haven't worn it for many years. But I think I'm just gonna leave it like a little punk, you know? I think I'm gonna leave it with the raw edge. I was thinking about putting maybe a lace on it, like mix up the textures a bit, or I don't know. And I just decided today, just now, I think I'm just gonna fucking leave it. You know, I think it's just fine. It's totally just fine. I don't know. Sometimes this is a little much, but I'm just gonna wear it for safety's sake. And get a little ready here. I think that's good. I think it's good. All right. What else do we need to know? Okay, so energy cards come from the Celtic Fairies Tarot, or Tarot of the Celtic Fairies. I was a little startled because originally, like through the depth perception, I thought this was the Five of Wands, but it's actually the Four of Wands. Give me a second. Where are my glasses? I said where? Uh-oh, I remember. My glasses are right over here. Okay. I think this will fit well with my ensemble. And yeah, it fits. I love it. Oh, nice. All right. So wonderfully, it's Four of Wands. Okay, on the recipient side. So this is in-house delivery. This is like drop ship energy. Okay, so it's like direct deposit. It is. There's no middlemen. There's just a courier, and then bada bing, bada boom, it's here. So something's hidden. So it's obviously something's hidden in plain sight. And let me see here. This is on the right side energy. I think this is, oh my gosh, it's hard to see. Nine of Wands on the doing side. This is like, I'm here for it. So this is the element of receptivity. And like for my divine collective, I'd have to say that, you know, if you're within the same vibes, synchronicities, like pace as I am, I mean, to each their own, but you're probably the closest bet to like the patternings of my ongoings as well. So I'd have to say that like your usual, or at least I'm going to speak from my space, my usual go-to in like looking at the community of whatever's being said, like, you know, putting an ear to the ground, not necessarily the grapevine, just a sobriety, candid view of like what's being said. There's, you get to pick up on other people's energies, and it's not to trash talk on anybody. It's just like, where are they at? And it's not a judgmental thing. It's just an observational standpoint of like, what information are they picking up on, and are they exerting like discernment rather than their own biases in where they're at? Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like it's just I've come onto that awareness, so that if like I see that advice is being given uh in in a way that like I've already progressed past that, or they're digging up like old bullshit, or just like unnecessary items. I have to be almost like cutthroat discerning, and I would advise that to my divine collective, like with the same pacing, that they do that as well. It's to the highest benefit. Like, you already know what you've uh divined on your own, and for anyone else to kind of muddle with that, you have to understand that that's where they're coming from, and or there might be other disruptions, like just like some faulty noise, some static that caught up in the mix, and exerted their own like dominance in in their reading, in their take, in their inputs. So you have to cut that stuff out. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm just saying it's done wonders for me in at least getting me move along today. And yeah, I didn't get as much traction as I'd like, but I don't think I don't think there was very much depression. It wasn't as like gung-ho as I thought it was going to be, which is fine, because it's like once you get some massive downloads, and it's a restructuring of what to do, and just like somebody doesn't want me to say this, obviously, but we condemn them to their own karma in the name of Jesus Christ. Therefore they are rebuked from this space. But it's a paradigm shift, and so sometimes with that heavy drop load of info, you just sometimes it's like you gotta marinate in that a little bit. So give yourself some room. Oh, thank you. Hello, hello. Yeah. So you have to give yourself some leeway. And so wonderfully, 9 of Wands here. It's like I'm here for it. So sometimes like you'll see readers, and I know that there's a good fraction of them that they'll say, or like they don't even have to be readers, they're just people who would like to offer some input as a means of support, but it's not always facilitative. So like, how do you say this? They'll say like, oh, blessings are coming your way, all you have to do is just be open to receive it. You have to be open to receive it, as if to imply that you're not. And it's the tone that's delivered, that it's delivered in, the repetition, and so like I'm already past that, and I just know that there's still some fraction of oogity boogities in the picture, or like like a ways out from the picture, that are still trying to meddle with affairs. And so I can't take it too personal, except just dust that energy off, So it's not always like in this phase that if they're not with you, that they're against you, but you have to understand that other people's pace is maybe not like coinciding with yours. So if they're not with you, then they're not with you. That's just a factual thing, so you just move on. So that's where I'm at right now. I have to clear the clutter. And so I'm here for it. I know I'm here for it. And then all right, so header cards now. Let me fix this turtleneck. I kind of want to put my hair up because I think it's not doing a thing, and it's hiding my luscious, delicious earrings. Oh my God, give me a second. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. Okay, are we going to put it all up? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I think so. Ooh, I always like the 80s kind of drop right here. But my hair is a different texture when it's this dried. So it doesn't have those normal curls. But do you, okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. But do you see the lusciousness? The lusciousness. I like it, I like it. And for the sake of protection, we do a bit of a braid right here. A messy braid to finish it off. And then maybe, baby, I'll use one of these. Make it extra alternative. A little messy, but it's okay. It's okay. A little or a lot messy. It's good. Okay. That's kind of really messy. Like, it's giving Jack Sparrow. Okay, I like that better instead. Let me fuck it up a little bit. Fuck it up a good way. Okay. All right. It's doing a thing. Fantastic. Now will the glasses go with it? Is Tina done? Yeah, but it feels a little scrunchy here, so you gotta fix it a bit. I don't know. I can't really see it. Anyway, maybe I just need to lift it up. Just put the hair, tuck it in. You know, I'm feeling like I'll let it work. I'll let it simmer. All right, so all right, header cards. Boop. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. What is it? Oh, now it's the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, these are the header cards, yeah. And then King of Swords in reverse. So something's hidden. But these are gifts unlocked. Okay. So is this the receipt of receiving bare minimum? Yeah. Receiving bare minimum for something. Maybe for services rendered, something that you paid up front for, or being shorted. There's an implication of being swindled here. But being left out in the cold as far as like, oh, if they don't catch on to it, then that's their fault. But that's an offense within a transaction. So that may range from the Better Business Bureau to what is it? The state bar, you know, or even to the board of directors. So that's, you know, depending on what the situation is, the complexities, it may escalate to that level. So, you know, like there's nothing really to worry about. This is just like being put on notice that there's a possible like shortage of receiving goods and or services. And with the King of Swords in reversal here on the doing side, is this internal, external energy? This is external. This means that somebody was lying, cheating, stealing, doing the utmost to deceive one in these matters. This is on the doing side, and it is external. So, because of that, someone may be put out for good. I mean, these are gifts unlocked for To the Inner Wild. Season 1, episode 7, Some Things Hidden. So, maybe like the gift in this is the overall situation. Okay. So, there's a situation that presents the implication and the eventuality, like the fate of being dismantled. And so there's I suppose there's ways to rectify this, but the first point of resolution is to identify that there's an issue. And whether that's acknowledged directly or indirectly, I'm putting the universe's giving the universe's notice of what I have identified here. They already know within my workings, but I have to at least spit it out, and let them know, like, I'm not okay with it. I'm definitely not okay with it. In fact, let me just go ahead and just do a quick look here. Okay. I just checked my emails, and there's like a long novel of an explanation of, let me see, let me just go ahead and like, I just skimmed through it, and let me just go ahead and like, I know that my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight have eyes on it already. That ultimate source already knows what's going on. So let me just check. Is this attorney specialist bullshitting me? Yes? No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Yes? Partially? No. No. Partially? Yes. They're bullshitting me. Are they part of a larger grouping? Underground or secret society or whatever that that is part of a larger agenda. Yes. Okay. So are they getting paid to do this through money? Uh-huh. Reputation, stats, money. It's money. It's money. Or is it also like guaranteed opportunities? Guaranteed opportunities, like more hookups, like more leverage in referrals and contacts, it looks like. Yeah. So they might not, it might not be a level up in stats or reputation, but affiliates strong, more connections through referrals and payment. Yeah. So this specialized attorney is actually fucking me over. That is their intent. Okay. And the one that he was referred by, that is also supposed to be unbiased. Can you verify that? My expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. Yes? No. Okay. At any time, were they working to my benefit? Yes. Initially. But then they got contacted and were offered something behind the scenes. Yes? No. I don't think it was necessarily behind the scenes. It was not necessarily behind the scenes. It's kind of like upfront, kind of expected within the usual dynamics, but he was contacted. And then he turned. And you can see that in the communications. Yes. So now that both attorneys are unbiased and express a conflict of interest, have they already been caught by authorities? Yes. Now, this goes above their associations, obviously. They're separate associations. Yeah. Because of my background, it's almost veering on the level of like national security is what I'm told. Yeah. So this is not just like state um governed or like county governed. This goes above that, and this is at a level of national security. So they are in big, big, big trouble. Okay, so now that we have verified that, things are due to roll out. So I would not be, that was safe for me to say, yeah? Yes, because this is the topic that, I mean, this is the forum for it. So along with that, so not only did my initial lawyer that was supposed to represent me put me in debt by thousands of dollars, and did nothing for me except waste my time and cause a bunch of heartache. Um, but also put me at a deficit because I was not able to retain um, child support nor spousal support during the time of separation. And so I kind of didn't pay attention to the red flags um, upon my initial introduction to retaining any kind of attorney there. Even though he was referred by another energy that was well established. And even then, that was the history behind that was he said, well, I only know his father, so I don't really know like how this guy operates, but looking at his background, I saw that he was a district attorney as well. I think that he served in certain roles that would give him prestige, um, but the way he served me was like very dirty, just very, very dirty. You would only expect that out of, I wouldn't even expect that kind of energy from, dude, I don't even know. Like dentists are not really like, you know, praised for what they do, but like they're like talked down upon. So I would only expect that from like mm, mm, like the unexpected bills with dental stuff. That's what I would expect from that energy, from like the reputation of that, not a prestigious $550 per hour lawyer, you know? Um and so there's that. And then the opposing party's attorney, I know that I caught him also in something that was also a malpractice. And I'm not like just talking out of my ass. Like I know, and I communicated that with him. I said that's a conflict of interest for you to be representing, such and such a person, while under, like I knew that was part of the letter of the law. I know that for a fact that you're not supposed to do that. And I was kind in court during dissolution and did not mention that to the judge, nor have not yet reported him. But it's still a matter of fact. I still have proof. I still can go ahead and run the documents and go from there. But I don't know, like my expanded divine panel of the infinite eight. What is your recommendation on this? Because I have a very good memory. I have tracing records. I mean, I just have to get my paperwork together. So do I need to document like like through this choreography of chronological events? Do I need to start doing that right now? Because I believe I have all the documentation I need to convey that there were several layers of malpractice. Um, um, should I be doing that right now, or do you have that all covered? And I have greater figures, more influential, and those that have the proper resources to back me to alleviate the toil on my end while I have to figure out a means to live. So, can you convey? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So something is delivered, okay? Is that internal, like what I've already divulged? Or is there also external? Internal. So internal, meaning that I've already brought it to their attention, and that is sufficient. Yes, that is sufficient. But do I need to put together the documents? Like organize them, like admin them? Like the journal of events. No, because if worst comes to worst, and I would, let's say I would have to do that. I already have all the documentation, and there would be enough time consideration for me to gather them, organize them if needed. But they're saying that it's not needed. Needed? Not needed. So I've already just like talked about, the discrepancies before, but that was like months if not years ago, and I've done so many videos since then. But luckily I have dates tied into them, so I just have to look at the roundabout date, um and the content. I have different ways of tracking, and so I think there's, I can do that. But I think the universes are much more wise um in the, how do I say it? They're much more wise in um the determination of judgment. So because like as much energy as I would have to expend in organizing something to prove somebody else is bullshitting me, other than the actual offense, it's compounded interest because of the time and the toil for me having to provide, different realms of evidence. Their karma, and their associations of karma are much more compounded. So I think in the best interest of everyone, to kind of minimize that. So I think um, they have what they need to go on. That is correct. Okay. So anything else? My expanded divine panel of the infinite eight. What do you want to convey to me on that? Just through visualizations and cards. Self-love here. Page of Cups in reversal. It didn't necessarily turn up a card. Just double check. No. Okay, so there's that. There's one other deck that I wanted to use, but let me see what else they have to say. Okay, there's that. Ace of Wands in reversal, and the Justice card in reversal facing the Hermit card. So there's going to be some research and investigations, I think, going to be, or currently. Currently. Okay, there's something that I can't say right now, but there's going to be a launch of investigations with regards, and this is all justice oriented, to kind of like bullseye the problem, go get at the root of it. And there's some kind of magic involved in reaching out to other people's like crown chakra, what what they were truly like processing in trying to handle me. This is like a different version of a handler in trying to do someone over, um take me out in a different way. And so yeah, so justice, okay, both, okay. So here, justice is holding basically two wands. It's the element of a fruitful, like fruitful plans, seeing things through, so that it's basically beautifying the environment in the realm of legalities. So this is with all good righteous intention, um the upper hand for everyone. So they come across nicely and with good intent, but if that upper hand needs to backhand anyone, then they will. But looking at that, that's two of wands, okay? That's straight up seeing things as they are. And then this is the third wand, saying that that's three of wands. The ships are due to come in, and you bet they will. You bet they will, Tina. I can confirm that they will catch and detain these energies. Like put them to shame. Not the like standard, like, oh, you're a celebrity whatever from a secret organization, you muttered the secret code safe words to alleviate judgment that's due to you. This is much more compounded. Like if they were to retain other consults that would steer them in a direction to maintain these cover-ups, that consult would also go down too. So there's an opportunity to tear down a whole string of ill working practitioners. Yes, and I think some of that has already happened, transpired. um yeah. hmm there's no reason to target me like that. Should I say the one other thing that should I say one other thing about this? Let me see here. You know what I'm talking about, right? My expanded divine panel of the infinite eight. Okay. Now I just want to double check with you. Okay. Should I speak it out right now? They said no. They said no, not right now. Okay. All right. What else should I convey right now? Okay, so that one wanted to slide out. That is the Knight of Cups in reverse. And then what's facing up over here is the Devil card facing the ill practitioner right there. These are definitely like people who are dark practitioners. They're coming in aggressively. And you see how the strength card was peeking up right there? They're going to try to pull a card that's or they're trying to pull a card that will kind of like try to annihilate me almost. Do you understand? Like this was facing this. Okay, this was already showed up like as a forefront. Somebody that like at face value, you know that they can't. They're in the habit of not following through. It's like careless whispers, sweet talk, nice in front of your face, on the call, 30 minutes, but that's your like free phone call or whatever. And then they fuck around and then they, sabotage. So that's like upfront what their energy is. But here, if you look further, their determination is so absolutely aggressive in putting like the utmost like pedal to the metal energy in their in dark practicing. This is someone that you absolutely cannot trust. They will like, you can't trust them. Like, I would feel sorry for anyone that is married to them, is a child of them, or even a brother or sister to them. This energy, I don't even know how they maneuvered in life, other than to sell a piece of their own ass. Like, seriously, behind the scenes, or, have a bubba of their own. You know what I mean? And that's just what I'm saying. Like, it's yeah, it's like, I know what I had to do to get into here. Um yeah, that kind of energy. So there's a kind of lawlessness in having to exert their power. Like, I earned this spot in um aesthetic prestigious ways, but also like with a few other unofficial jobs, in the background. So there's discrepancies on that note upon entry, and therefore they carry it over to their practicing and their aggressions. Um, mhm. What a shame. So gifts unlocked. Okay, this is um, Manifestation Monday. Yeah, Manifestation Monday still, or Positive Affirmations Monday. This is already something this is all current energy, electrifying, almost like electrical current energy. And I don't say anything that isn't true or that's hazy. I always find the way to correctly align, to because we're talking about things that are heavy here. And so I do want to emphasize its accuracy. Um, and so I'm very careful at that. I provide a lot of consideration, and I strive to be truthful, um, on blast. Um, is there anything else that you want me to convey, Spirit? I mean, the strength card peeking up right there, holy crap. Like, as if their frontal form of aggressions are not evident enough. They're like, it's not just in case. It's like, there's um I don't know. It's like, it's this egoic thing rooted within them, like the desire, without having to be paid for it or given a position or anything of that sort. It's something that's riled within an energy source, that it's like, no, I volunteer to do this. I want to like smack this person off the board. Like, seriously, this is crazy type of energy. um but yeah, I mean, I have to believe that there must be good attorneys out there. Like, um, I have to believe that there's someone representing law that is not just good at what they do, but are ethical, that are that are good people. Mhm. That carry over their good people energy to their job. Like, I don't think that there's a way that you can segregate between the two. If there is fuckery on the job, there's fuckery in their personal life. So I would trust that there are good people within that realm. But anyway, Two of Swords opens up to the Two of Cups in reverse. So internal, external energy. So these are helpers that are assisting with blocking off these energies from coming any closer, from doing any further harm on my path, providing any obstructions or mishaps. Can I talk about? I can talk about Turkey Day. Yes, now. Okay, so what happened during, on Thanksgiving Day was that I already had plans to pick up my son and then go to have Thanksgiving with my family. And I was already forewarned by the community that somebody's going to try to mess around with my car, or like try to cause a car accident, like fatality, etc. And I try to like not to, let it wear on me. It's just something that I could possibly be more attentive to. And so I just kind of like, I let free wills, go into play. And uh as soon as I was ready, I got to my car, which was parked outdoors because our garage door opener thing hasn't worked in like over a year, maybe 2 years now. And so I stuck my key in there, I unlocked it, and right then and there I knew that my car was broken into because um it was unlocked. I always lock my car, okay? Um and right then and there I knew something was wrong. Somebody broke into it. It was very deliberate, like on Thanksgiving Day, or come on. And so I knew something was done to my car. And as soon as I put the thing in the ignition, it 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 was like the battery was ultimately dead. Like somebody drained my battery, absolutely just flat out drained it. And I was able to solve it almost instantaneously, immediately. Um, but after I did that, as soon as like I was, getting prepped to like, go, this black car, like shiny black compact car, maybe it was a luxury car because it was super shiny, and the window was already rolled down. It came from across the street, and I live like in a cul-de-sac area. It came from across the street, and it pulled up slowly right next to me, and it was maybe like a yard and a half away from me, and he paused right there staring at me like really really mad, like mad dogging me. And it was like a Caucasian person with like shaved head and maybe like in his 50s or 60s, but like was wearing glasses. And I've never seen him, never seen his car, um, nor him at all in the neighborhood. And the only representation of him that I've seen, I can say it, is when I worked at the last establishment. He was one of my customers. So I don't think that that is him, but I don't know because I didn't have my glasses on. Um I just know that it looked very much like him. But I've never seen that person in the neighborhood after living here for like, I don't know, 15 years or so. I've never seen him. But for him to like on Turkey Day, as soon as I got my car like all, figured out, um he like pulled up right next to me, and he paused there for a few seconds staring me down, and then rode off and left. But there was no reason for that, so I think like I don't think the people that do tamperings to my car um are complete dum dums. I think they are um put there, um like it's intentional so that I am aware that I'm being picked on, that I am being like threatened and stalked and targeted basically. And I think it's supposed to instill fear, and I don't think I was supposed to like the intention was to like I think the ultimate intention was to segregate me from my family. So let's say when you're talking about spiritual warfare or psychological warfare, um, what people do is try to separate, like even in horror movies, they try to separate you from your groupings to instill this siloed effect of lack of communication, fear, and it's just what do you call it? I don't need to explain myself there. There's many studies with regards to the intention of segregating you from your grouping. And even just like the feeling of loneliness or things not falling according to plan, even the basics. And so at bare minimum, they were supposedly successful in making it known that I know that I'm being targeted and watched by supposedly intimidating figures. But like that's, what is that? Is that a federal offense? That's criminal behavior, you know, to tamper with, you know. So anyway, and like I said, because of my stats, I feel like that's more of, if we're talking about legalities on its primary sense and then moving over to physical form, that's still a national offense. That's still within the League of National um security. And so even though maybe I'm an unofficial figure that assists with higher realms of operations, at bare minimum, that's a national security issue. And so I just, you know, things are going to unfold accordingly. And so that was maybe around 2 o'clock or 2:30 on Turkey Day. What was it? No, it was, let me check. Hold on. So it was actually maybe around 1:30, 1:30 or 1:40, that had happened. So to my like time travelers or my ultimate divine crew that can that are very specialized in their gifts, um and you know, if you need that information, there you have it, so you can track and do what you need to do. Okay, so more from here. So they said, I don't even know what's in this deck here. I just know that I haven't seen it in a while, so it's kind of a surprise deck for me. Oh, the Vision Tarot. Okay, so let's see what they have to say about that. I haven't used this one in a long time. I forgot what it was like. And this is a crop deck, so therefore, it's pre-loved, pre-owned. Okay, so my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. What do you want to convey about this? Okay, because like what I got was, okay, can I ask? Okay, are they from the FBI? No. CIA? No. Men in Black? MK Ultra? No. Illuminati? Yes. Freemason? No. What did we say? Is it MK Ultra? Or a different party that I haven't named? No, MK Ultra. That's weird. That's fucking weird. Okay. Two of Swords. Again, there's a blockage here. Gosh, I can't see that close. Two of Wands in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse, Three of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So things are moving fast with the intent to absolutely harm. They were definitely present to make themselves known. But what is this to be determined part? So there's a master number 22 here. Master builder, master partner. So, is this all external? This is one party. This is another party. Yeah, correct? Yes. Okay. So this is like my master builder, master partner energies coming through to assist in blocking out, you know, whatever bullshit that was, but it was identifiable as bullshit. Like a to be determined, to be announced, like who the fuck cares about what the absolute intention was. But we know for a fact that that was ill intention. And blocking out this energy that was coming through. That was, yeah, that was crazy. That was so weird. Like, that was so weird. I don't understand. Where's the rest of the deck? Oh, there it is, the card. Anything else? Okay, gifts unlocked. Gifts unlocked. For To the Inner Wild. Okay, this came through like this, like face like that. And this one right beside it, like that, upright. Okay. Excuse me. Page of Wands in reverse and Page of Swords. Yeah. So these are energies looking out for me. Even at a distance, almost like remote viewing. They're like, okay, so you want to start shit with my girl? You want to start shit with my partner? My partner in P's and Q's. Yeah, so it's like, okay. All right, so let's see what you got. Okay, so Six of Wands, extroverted, and Queen of Swords, extroverted. Yeah, oh my gosh. So, my lookout crew is also kind of like my cleanup crew. Yeah, so I have remote viewers that do really look out for who starts shit, because like they'll finish it. They'll like get things going. All I have to do is absolutely just communicate it and then just consider it victory. Like this is on blast. Yeah, so I've already put these energies on notice, and I knew that there was going to be a right time to kind of divulge this, but I just had to wait for the right forum and timing. Yeah, so it's happening to you too. So again, like if you're in the same like pacings of progress, maybe like the details are just a little bit different between you and I. What was I gonna say? This is a version. This is gifts unlocked, things that are hidden, and so the gift in this is knowing our place, not having to be put in place. We're already in place as we should be, as with our colleagues, our partners in peace and quiet, meaning, you know, the ones that really look out for us. So we have that going for us. We wouldn't really see that come to light unless there were agents of change and disruption running amok. And so the gift and things in this is like things are organically happening within their own energetics. They're going to be how they're going to be, we're going to be how we're going to be, and then we have supporters who are great at doing how they're going to be, you know. So the gifts unlocked in here is things coming into light in its natural state. So that's truth, like in its raw sense. It's untampered with data, something that you cannot, that no one can poison, basically. So this is good for me because I know I have layers of protection. There's not just like watchers and um um on like lower, how do I say it? There are others that are also doing like the data snapshots, the satellite snapshot type of energy. And so they're capturing a lot of what's going on in the terrain. And even at that, um like whether that's drone or satellite, I mean, a lot of energies like echelon, a lot of different kinds of energies watch me. And I don't mean that in its egoic sense. I mean that as fact, matter of fact. Um so I don't have to feel victimized here. Um this is like, this is definitely a new adventurous world to observe. Um and like I said, I've been living here for at least a decade and a half. So I already know what the norms are, even when I'm full on domesticated. Um there's a reason why I have no desire to go to the community pool. I There's a reason why I don't really desire to go on local walks, um or have not desired to. But here, knowing this kind of energy, I might engage in a little bit more of outdoorsy, like domestic things. Like I don't need to be afraid of, you know, um the, living my life. Um mhm. So in its most like frugal, practical sense. Um yeah. So what else do you want to convey to me? Cuz like, or what should I divulge? This this? Yes? No. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, there's more than monitoring spirits for sure. Ugh, yuck. Okay. So King of Cups in reverse, Eight of Cups, and La Papesca. This is the La Papes. Is this oh gosh. This is the High Priestess. You know what this is? um so this is like positive affirmations Monday as well still. So they're saying for me to be upright, upstanding, like make myself known. Check mic. Was it mic check, mic check? Um you know, they say that in mic check in Taboo, the strawberries. Basically, the messaging in that is kiss my ass. That's what the divine is saying. The divine is telling me to like do the positive affirmations Monday with those energies and say like kiss my ass, kiss my motherfucking ass, that kind of energy. You know how I know? Because this is like come back, Eight of Cups, like leaving someplace, okay? But this is like but with the King of Cups in reversal, this is someone that plays upon emotion. So this is not just like spiritual warfare or psychological warfare. But when you get into the psychology of things, you're also messing around with feelings. So people who like emotionally manipulate you in order to like psychologically manipulate you. So that's how they try to get at you. So it's like uh let me see here. Let's just be very careful. Yeah, this is like what they're saying. I don't know. There's variations of this. Okay, so I ran various statements, like variations of statements, and they said all yes to it, but I was waiting for like the most prominent one. But they're saying, I asked partial of the above, and uh, they said more prominently all of the above. So it's like, I dare you to come back, or if you dare to come back, you know, to your, there's something about like, one was, I dare you to come back. And then the other one is, the only reason why you are going to, why you would come back is to kiss my motherfucking ass. That's that's what they said. That's what they said. So that's a positive affirmations Monday here for me. But yeah, that energy that messed with my car pulled up. And it happened, I think a couple of weeks ago also, and I knew somebody also shorted my battery, but you know, um there's no reason for that. I've no, but this was more of a firm statement. My battery should still be good for another year. And so also to add the extra expense, not just like having to worry, you know, there's, it's compounded interest for sure. But this particular energy and trying to intimidate me is ridiculous. And then today I get I get messages constantly also from loan officers, um like multiple times a day even, and I have not applied for any loans. My phone number is, I don't think my phone number is public. So I just know that with as much hate as there is out there, I came from an industry where they also work with like, um I guess insurance and loans or whatever. But I also know that um my X is tied to that kind of fuckery, even by extensions of the family. Like, my ex's, or my ex brother-in-law, I guess, he was tied to, or his baby's mama, is known for and tried for fraud in several states, several counties. And so I don't even think she lives in California anymore. But like they used to laugh about, like, he used to laugh, you know, when he was drinking, about how they would release like, um somebody's phone number to like different, I remember this, I particularly remember this, like release a phone number, and like there's a call service tied to it where the same message would occur but coming from different numbers. So even if you blocked one, another one would generate with the same type of messaging in order to like mess with you, you know, energetically. And they used to think it was funny. But like there's like check fraud and all of that energy there, credit card fraud, all of that. And so, I, you know, like, other than feeling sorry for those energies, like that's what they enjoy partaking in, that's like the light of their day. um that's what space they hold for themselves, like the value of themselves for the day is, like, stand apart from it. Like it's just, I've got to report that too. Like I, that's the only association that I have to that. And then now today I'm getting texts from realtors asking, you know, if I'm wanting to sell my home, ready to sell my home. And it's like, y- where'd you even get my number? You know, where the fuck are you coming from, you know? Is so there's that kind of energy abound. So what does my expanded divine panel of the infinite eight want to say about that? Okay, and they said shoot back to here. Now, like, if we want to like pull legal, you know, thoughts around this, like, oh, you can uh what is it, speculate this and that, but like my intuition is on point. I know attaching, like, these are easy puzzle pieces. We're talking about like a 10-piece puzzle, not like 1,000 pieces. So 8 of stones inverted. Actually, so they're looking to, is it internal? External. Yeah, external. They're looking to pile more work, pile more tasks onto my plate, like the impression of it. Um um Add kind of fear in its indirect fashion onto my arena so that it jumbles things up energetically. And if you know about the occult, that's kind of like the name of the game, and trying to fuck with people's energies if you're, working the left-handed path. But that's that's what that is. I guess, like, at this stage, um if people try me, um within like the mix up of words, like, oh, you can speculate this or that, or try to gaslight my intuition and my readings and my skill set, I, I gotta feel sorry for them, because what the smackdown on them is, um I heard instantaneous. um like your mouth be crooked, so let me just slap it back into place. But let me just, like, I don't say these things because it feels like, oh, maybe I'm just angry or whatever, but the thought comes thoroughly in my, like, I say it and it's like, okay, no, that is correct. That is correct. Yeah, so having to pin down these energies, Page of Swords in reverse and Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so just wait for it. These are liars, and they'll just give it time. They're gonna be pinned down. Like, there's watchers, bigger watchers that are watching them, that are, there's like, they think they have this like upper hand by like how they can view things, whatever. This little energy here, okay? So 7, and like there's watchers over a big watcher. So just be patient with the pin downs. um but it's just important that I report these things. Yeah. um mhm. Like, the nasty thing about this is that, um like, these attorneys know what my remaining assets are, and so they can kind of figure out what the game plan is, especially with when I thought they were, um working in the seat of justice, that and I was conveying in a clear manner to them what my plans were in order to sustain, a livelihood, um and not have me and my children homeless. um that's their immediate target. That's the nasty thing about that, is that they're delaying this and kind of fucking with this one piece that I have left, and they have no business doing that, even to like a regular person who's not within my, like, not speaking like from a high horse. I'm just saying, so from my, somebody doesn't want me to say this, but um coming from my position, like, they have no business doing that, certainly not to me, but they also have no business doing that kind of like fuckery to like an ordinary person that's not even like has any inkling of the occult like in mind. And so they're in for a big surprise for sure. My expanded divine panel of the infinite eight say, what you say. Uh, Lemma. That's in reverse. Okay, the full card in reverse. Peeking behind that, or at the bottom of the deck, is 6 of Pentacles, and the top of the deck is the Death card in reverse. So there's a huge transformation here. There's a kind of like, you know, like a turnstile energy. So like whatever dish they've tried to cook up and serve, like they say revenge is a dish served best cold. But with my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight, they said, nah, not with this one. Not with this one. When you try to like serve up a dish to me, it's going to come instantaneously, almost like the same matter in which you have given it to me. So like, if they're trying to fool me, like, oh, there's nothing's been tampered with, it's a hot dish or whatever, and I'm like readily available to eat it, like, ooh, this is great, this is a new journey, blah blah blah, like eating it all up, this contract, eating it all up, the data, eating it all up, the nice phone calls, eating it all up. And then that's what the ideation is, but then they put it on this turnstile, and they said, Tina, hold up for a second. I get disrupted to something else, diverted, and the turnstile goes back, and it's now on their plate, and it's heated up, so they have no idea that it circled back to them. That's theirs. So like whatever delay they have tried to project my way, there's a reciprocation, almost a boomerang effect, and it's like transformative. So it's so I think that's it for now. We'll get one clarifier on that. Excuse me. Yeah, Chariot. Yeah, so I get to move on. I get to move on in spite of like this supposed impression of a delay, this projected delay. So it's almost like I get stranded, but then I also get picked up. There's a surprise Uber, and then I get to move on, like charioted away to wherever I'm supposed to go. All right, so now shuffle or get bottom. Bottom of the deck. Here is 8 of Swords. Okay. And then top of the deck, the Emperor in reverse. This is both, again, internal and external. So whatever impressions they have left, it's the sources know where that came from. So what is that, the string theory type of energy? They know the connections behind this. Who did it? Who done did it? Who's gonna get done? Because they did it. Yeah, that's what they're saying. So it's they're just saying basically stay put, Tina, because we know what was done to you, and it will be because it is attached to these energies, it will sling back to them. So this is not just the string theory. This is this is a string theory with a rubber band effect. So it snaps right back to them, you know? Stay put, okay? Because the more that they do this to you, like the more they ostracize themselves from the situation, the harder the snap back, for sure. Okay. Excellent. So clarifying that. Two of Pentacles in reverse. This is the loading area. This is the loading zone. Okay, so it's like to be determined. Okay, like not necessarily to be determined. It kind of is, because it's like the dot, like just things seem out of balance because they there's human intervention in those attempts, but there's one more thing here. One other dot. 6 of Swords. So that's why it's important to find that calm and maintain it. Okay. That's my only action item. Are there any more action items for me? Okay, pull a card. Yeah, here. Action items. My remaining action items. Ace of Wands in reverse. Clarified by... Hold on, let me see here. They're saying spell casting. Hecata's, they said take Hecata's wand and use it. For this kind of energy, spell casting. Yeah, they said spell casting. Whoa. Okay. Clarify Hecate. Okay. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is not like, this is high magic, but it's not like, it's not, like, I don't have, it's low effort for me. I don't have to like go oogity boogity. For me, like I basically, it's just our, they said I already did it today. So I did like simple, very, very basic rituals because it is the first of the month. I also did have to change out my candle, my thick ass like Halloween candle from that is now exhausted. And you know what happened? The glass broke. It's like, it's thick glass. And I was trying to change out the big candle that kind of expanded, and it's, you know, there was like a little bit of like a leeway and on the outskirts, but when it melted it like poured over, and so I had to like kind of nudge it out, but it it broke. It broke while I was pulling it out. And I was a little rough with it, but I was like, okay, it's fucking wax, you know? It's it's for sure less sturdy than, you know, the glass, but the glass broke while I was maneuvering, and I did not get hurt in any way. I cleaned up every piece, and like I'm so protected that there was no means for me to be harmed, me nor my family nor my pet, and there's nothing left. Like it was very much contained, and I could have like really hurt myself, like hospitalized almost, with how many like broken pieces there were, but didn't. And that was when, you know, when things break like that, that shouldn't, that meant like there was harm meant for me, like projected my way. But anyway, I was able to find like not only does it reduce the clutter, I was able to kind of change things up. So now it looks like I have for the first of the month like kind of a birthday cake kind of candle thing going on. Very cool. So that was just one of the things that I did. I didn't do anything like crazy, but you know, those things like go a long way for me. Those patterns of intent and thoughtfulness, those considerations like Hecate, puts them on blast for me. So I appreciate that. Any more action? Is that correct? Is there more Hecate? No. Okay. Any more action items for me? No. No. Okay. So that's wonderful. Okay. Thank you so much to my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight for assisting me with all of this. I truly appreciate it. Trilogy style and beyond. Okay, all right. So now it's the takeaways time. Okay, 78:40 on the clock. 2 from my expanded divine, or not my, yes, no, 2 from my divine panel, or no, my 2 from my, I guess so. 1 for each side. Yeah, my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. Okay, you got 1 from here. This is from Spirit. Spirit. Okay. 9 of Cups, happiness. Like they're doing a great job. It makes Spirit very happy. I mean, they're doing a fine job is what they're saying. Cups for everyone, around for everyone. Do we get 1 more from here? No, okay. And then clarifying that from my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight from Spirit. King of Cups. Oh my gosh. That's a 10th cup. That's spirit, like spirit sitting down with my expanded divine panel of the infinite eight. Like the round table is complete. Let's sit and like enjoy this moment. This is actually so very good. This is very fulfilling. Like this is celebratory energy. Yay. Okay. So now to my divine crew, my divine collective. 2 takeaways. 1, like that. Yeah. Okay. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Let me just double check. Yeah. So you are absolutely enough. Whether you realize it or not, you are absolutely someone's jackpot energy, you know? So you are absolutely worth it. You are of absolute value. And yeah, you're considered someone's like jackpot energy. Okay, clarifier. Like you're someone's buried treasure. Like the Eureka. The death card. Like logically when I read this looks like inheritance type of energy. But when I check the energy, it's not pertaining to that. So it's not to say that you don't have anything going on for yourself in that arena. But my messaging is not pertaining to that here. What they're saying is you're absolutely of value. Dead eyes, are you just like me? Her eyes were as vacant as the sea. What is that song? And not all along. That's Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. There's a song in there. I know it's that song. So yeah, there's yeah, there's something. I don't even know if I got the lyrics right, but that I know that album, and that was like my like high school anthem. No shame for sure. Like I it still sticks with me, and so yeah, there's something about that that's kind of love oriented, but it's like a longing. Yeah, you're definitely someone's jackpot, like buried treasure energy. Okay. Now that's not this doesn't identify whether yay, everyone's like, yeah. But this is not to like identify whether that is someone that you're already with. Because that could mean like I don't know whoever you're with, like I don't know what the deal is with that. It does mean though 100% you are definitely not just worth it, worthy of extreme value, but you are like someone's hidden like buried treasure energy. So whether you see it or not or feel it or not, that is true. Okay. Your second takeaway, eels. Okay. 4 of, this is Emperor in reverse. Internal, external, energy, internal, external, undercover, ill intent, objective, detached. Objective. So this is a very big boss energy that has eyes on you, or you are that energy, but very objective, like at a distance. Okay. Interesting. Very strategic. So I think all the more objective. They're in there like, what do you, that's not a canopy. That's a, what do you call it? That's a, you know, like, I am 16, going on 17, da, 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 you know, that, it's whatever that thing is. I mean, they have it also on, like, Meet the Fockers or whatever, like, the build. What is that? I think in Meet the Fockers, like, the lady's ex, um, made one of those things, a gazebo, um, for like their wedding gift or whatever, and then like there's like little sparks of jealousy or whatever. So I don't know if some of that comes into play in your arena, but yeah, this is like an outdoorsy type of energy. So this is kind of like the King of Pentacles, that resides and takes solace and energy, like is energized by their like the greenery of their environment, the natural like landscapes. They might be like the land of, what is it, America, America, yeah. God shed his grace on thee, um yeah, that kind of energy. But like kind of lax. This is like a chill dude. This is like kind of youngish too. Do you see? You see he's like kicked back. Yeah. So but like when I say like, oh America, like that, it's kind of like old school version, not like the political version of it. This is like, I like to go hiking. And when I can't go hiking, I like to see the landscapes, you know? I'd like to see it more so like opening up a book with like great photography in it if I can't like go out there. Like it's a great kind of attachment thing. Um some kind of a ritual that they have, like a low-key ritual in that. um Rather than like going like on the internet and looking at the landscapes there, there's a different feels to it. There's something connected with like the tangible nature of connecting with one's environment, even like the papyrus version of it. Because there's something like detached about like looking on a screen, even like if it's crisp, it's live, it's like Google Maps like overview of it. There's something different about it. I don't know, like I come from a time that can distinguish that. So I don't know if like younger generations can differentiate the nuances between the two, like automatically, like if it clicks or not. Um, but that's the space that I'm coming from. Okay. All right. So oh, your clarifier for that external, okay, and objective, okay. Okay. Three of Pentacles, extroverted. This energy is, whether it's you or an external, like, no, they said it's external. This is an external energy that is um looking over your arena, and they are an investor. Like this is like a pending partnership, like, you know, a review. You see, they're looking in the same direction that it's like bursting out right there. So this is a new energy. Yes. And there was like a slight hint of like nausea in your throat, like when you get like bile a little bit when you're about to throw up. There are other and that's not you. That's not me. That's another energy on the outskirts that is like sickened by the fact that you're offered this. But like never mind them. I'm just saying, like, not everybody's your friend, right? Not everybody's my friend, you know? It's just knowing that energy, that um yeah, it's just understanding that. Okay. So two takeaways for my partner in peace and cues, or partner in peace and quiet. Yeah. He's down for that. Okay. Okay. King of Pentacles. Outdoorsy. Maybe where he's hot, like where the region that he's in, it's kind of like hot, so he's donning shorts. This thing, my scuba sharky, my scuba. That's what that's moving behind me. King of Pentacles, so outdoorsy. Maybe he's in a hot arena. Clarified by. Page of Cups. Yeah, he's definitely in a hot environment, like hot climate. He's oops, the phone overheated. So I think all the more context. Excuse me. I think all the more context to this energy being in the hot seat for liking me. Is that their worry? No, it's not something that worries them, but it's something that's kind of fact. There are energies that are giving this my partner in peace and quiet, static, like being put in the hot seat, like pressure, putting on pressure because they like me. Like he's not stressed by it because it's like, what is it your business anyway? Like this is like almost to the degree if we're looking at it in its expansive sense, like, you know, somebody like having issues with you at work because you're LGBTQ, like you have a certain like preference, you have a certain liking. Oh, or like, oh, you like hiking, you know, like like what you know, it's just something really silly. Like why would someone have to apply pressure for something that's I don't know, it just seems really petty. Like he's being picked on almost. Yeah, and it's like subtle, prestigious ways, it seems. Like, who would want to do that to a king anyway, you know? Like, what's your, like someone who isn't a king would be like, what's your fucking problem? That kind of energy. Now what fell though? I don't know when this happened, but it fell like right in front of me. And I only knew it when the phone like disconnected, or, you know, did its thing, so. All of it? All right, so 7 of Swords in reversal, inverted. Ace of Cups, inverted. Ace of Swords, inverted reversal. And 3 of Cups, inverted reversal. So, there's no lie to that. Definitely celebrates me. I replenish him as far as, not like blood-sucking way, but like this is like, you can get parched in a world that's so dry, you know? And so he's just trying to find a way, like pin down a way to kind of celebrate with me. Or celebrate me. Celebrate with me. Celebrate with me. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So, clarifying that, first takeaway for him. Oh, no, I already got that. Okay. So his second takeaway, my partner in peace and quiet. Okay. 10 of Wands. Has a lot of responsibilities, but also maybe he knows a lot of like occult magic, like all of it. Let me just double check. Clarifier. Or like a lot of responsibilities. Okay. Queen of Cups, extroverted in reversal. I guess. This is going back to the Queen of Cups from um the last reading. Remember, the Queen of Cups was more of like what is it, like, what, not Lord of the Rings, what is it? Game of Thrones energy. Just intense, you know? Even though like it's ultimately like it's meant for their benefit. These like divine feminine figures are meant for his benefit, that like whether it's mother and or auntie that are watching over him, like that are like protective, because they can see his future like in like king state and royal state. There, I didn't mention this, but like when I mentioned what do you call it, Game of Thrones, they're definitely intense. Like they can be rigid, I would say. And so it's showing here that oh, they're probably putting him in the hot seat. Like they're kind of a burden. They're cumbersome, um, because they have certain, they would say, concerns about it, but the way it comes off is more like disputes about it. It doesn't, like, relative to me. Yeah, like I might not like fit the part or something, or yeah, they're more like, they come from a line of certain insecurities, like an ideation, like constructs of what is considered secure. So they might find it an insult for me to kind of link them up with any kind of insecurity. But the fact is, if in an expansive mind in which like someone who is highly intuitive would know the flex and the adaptations, the flow of intuition, that they know inevitably that I'm ultimately right about that. That they only know what they know and what they come to find out. So if they are not associated directly with my realm, then there's only so much. There's like, it's like there's a cap to that. Um, and so they sit within their ways of what they know, which is immediately this energy here. And so it's just, they're not awful people, okay? They just come from, I'm just trying to explain their rigidity, um and their judgment towards me. They might not say it like that, but like if they're mad enough, they wouldn't mind me referring to it as that. But um yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's that. Okay. So that's your takeaway right there. Um so when we're talking about partner and peace and quiet, you have to, like, there are challenges presented in one's life that um have you not just question, but if you're like grown up, um have you exploring that realm of safety, of like, are they really protecting me, or are they just protecting their identity of how things should be, you know? So it's those are domestic challenges, I would say. um yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say like a Queen of Cups is fixed, but there's something about like, there's some kind of like attachment thing. Like, okay, if I were to think about them in their like most vulnerable states, these Queen of Cups that are in reversal, especially pertaining to somebody else's life, I would consider that like an you know, like those dogs, like the cavalier energy, what do you call it, the ones that have like attachment like anxieties, yeah, that's what it is. um that's kind of what I feel like if I were to reach into their bodies and like reach into their inner child state. I'm not comparing them to a dog. Comparing them to an energy of um attachment anxieties. Like I forget what, I think that's what you call it. Um mhm. Yeah, there's something deep rooted because it didn't originate with this energy, this partner in peace and quiet. It originates from someone that prefixed him, and so they're playing it out. Okay, too much psychology here, but yeah, for sure. All right, so my three takeaways. First one, the clock said 100, 2, 3. Okay, okay. Nine of Pentacles in reversal. Codependence. This is taking interest in my own garden, my own field. Like this is staying in my lane, like staying in my garden. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Okay, clarified by Four of Swords in reversal. Recuperation. So staying in my lane, being in my own garden. This is recuperation. Oh, so what's mine is mine. So whatever like grows, whatever comes fertile, whatever there's like whatever there is to harvest is really mine. Nobody can take that away. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when I'm talking about my garden, I'm also talking about like the belongings to my temple, my home, my hearth, my establishment. You know, like that's my realm. Okay. Um, that belongs to me. Nobody can tarnish or tamper with that. Truly. Yeah, it all comes back to me. You know, in its true intent form, if not better. Second. What? Okay. Five of Cups, extroverted in reversal. Graceful goodbyes. So what was going on in my mind also is like when I said if not better condition, you know, it's because some energies that try to tamper with it, try to take, we consider in its cosmic sense, like, oh, they're just trying, it's like, ultimately, it's a lend, you know? It, like, people do try to trespass and try to, like, borrow, but, in its cosmic sense, it's like, there's a lending fee. There's interest tied to that. So, um, when I reach a good state of like admiring other pieces of my garden or other realms of my home. Like Ten of Cups is everywhere, to be found everywhere. There's kind of like a graceful goodbye, a graceful release of that. Like bon voyage type of energy. And you carry on. So the clarifier to that is, so this is Gifts Unlocked for Two of the Inner Wild, Season 1, Episode 7. Some Things Hidden. Okay. So here it's kind of like this, some things that are hidden are kind of the terms in which people try to mess around in one's energy, in your home, in your field, all of that, in mine. And so there are certain terms tied to this. And it's not really loopholes. It's just like the I'd rather not argue nor fight back. I'd rather admire like what there is to admire without shorting myself and my family. So, however the universe works it out, apply those terms, okay? Yeah, okay. Three of Swords, extroverted, right? Yeah. I'm hearing gone away. Because this is like, this is heartbreak. This is disappointment. This is kind of like, I think here, because when you try to disturb someone's home and like their sense of like well-being, their root chakra, they're asking for it, you know? This is the universes are kicking ass and taking names for me in this field. But I heard gone away from the offspring. I don't remember. Well, thank you. I don't remember the words to it, except it's repeating in my head. Gone away. Can you feel like heaven's so far away or something? I feel like I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Okay. That's my second takeaway. My third takeaway is Knight of Pentacles extroverted in reversal. So something is here. Something is delivered. Gift unlocked. The last piece, last but not least. What is it? I don't know what it is until when I don't know. We'll come to find out. Five of Swords in reverse. What's here is the energy of, they're saying locked out, being locked out. So Five of Swords in reversal is like opting out, foregoing like certain battles. Yeah. So this is partner in peace and quiet. We're doing a wonderful job. You know, if it's happening in my field, it's definitely due to mirror in your field as well. Looking at this, like, this is teamwork. You know, so how could it not flow into your arena as well? Five of Cups in reversal. Oh, no, this is five of, what is it? Shoot, I can't see that. Yeah, Five of Swords in reversal. So it's a lockout energy. It's like safekeeping. Like, this is the energy that's kind of like the turnkey of, you know, dealing and releasing certain realms of bullshit. Yeah, so we can handle like bigger things, because like this is common. This is like stuff that happens with commoners and like larger scale companies. Like this happens everywhere. And to unlock that formula of mediating without like gloves on or even gloves off, this is actually, this is this is quite masterful in peace and quiet, let me tell you. So we're moving in the right direction. This is wonderful. Some things hidden, you would like, I would not suspect this kind of messaging, but wonderful, wonderful. But I think that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passions, pursuits, from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought, form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and to be refortified in me, only me, house free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Bullseye! Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas to assisting with a sequence of rollout in light and love. I close the portals in these readings now.